Okay. All right, guys. So today we're going to talk about the Angel of Mary's Heights. As soon as it loads. Okay. So this is the the Angel of Mary's Heights is Richard Rowland. This happened. His what makes him special is happened during the Battle of Fredericksburg during the U.S. Civil War. This is a statue that was erected on the location of his exploits. It reads in memoriam Richard Rowland Kirkland of the of the CSA, Second South Carolina Volunteers. At the risk of his life, this American soldier of sublime compassion brought water to his wounded foes at Fredericksburg. The fighting men on both sides of the line called him the Angel of Mary's Heights. Now, this is how he got up to this point. He enlisted young in 1861, not long after war was declared, but before his older brothers. He was first assigned to the company in the South Carolina Volunteer Infantry. He was later transferred to Company G of the same regiment. He was promoted to sergeant. He saw action during the Battle of Bull Run, which is alternate name of the First Battle of Manassas. Later, the Battle of Savage Station, the Battle for Mary's Heights, and the Battle of Antietam. He also, at the Battle of Antietam, which is the bloodiest single battle in Civil War, during the Civil War, and the single bloodiest day of American armed forces ever, he saw his closest friends die. Now, this is the map of how it broke down. As you can see, the little dumbbell-looking guys are units on the map. That is artillery that was focused here around Mary's Heights. Up in the north here around the highlighted section, you can see that this was not a very good place. It encompasses the city. It was slow going, and as you can see with the Union troops on the east side of the river, you can only see everyone has to cross. All the Union forces have to cross to engage the enemy at all. And as you can see from the darker shaded areas or higher elevations, they had superior height as well. To zoom in a little closer, I warped it a little bit. You can see they were pushed back repeatedly under heavy cannon fire. And as you can see, this telegraph road that ropes in front that intersects and it's a sunken road and a wall. That front line of infantry that curves there was completely under protection and under cover. So when they were running across this open field and over a canal and a ditch, they were completely open to fire while the Confederate forces were completely safe. This happened because the Union forces were being pressured by Washington and Lincoln's advisors and possibly Lincoln himself that they needed a win. So they forced 8,000 men to charge across the open field. This is a picture of the sunken road. They maintain the wall. It's maintained by a local regional thing because as you can imagine, the loss was a Union loss. So this battlefield is cared for by local Virginia and regional resources. That's a state park. Now, this is the rundown of what happened. Now, the important thing is the center paragraph. Soldiers from both sides were forced to listen to painful cries of the wounded for hours, neither side daring to venture out because it was just too dangerous. If you moved, you'd be shot instantly. At some point during the day, Kirkland approached his brigadier general, who was also from the same area as him, and informed him that he wished to help the wounded Union soldiers. By Kershaw's own account, at first he denied the request, but later he relented. However, when Kirkland was asked if he could show a white handkerchief, General Crenshaw stated that he could not do that, and he responded with, "All right, sir, I'll take my chances," and he jumped the wall.